Welcome back, my fellow game developers. In this video we are going to make our cursor disappear. So now it's not in our way. No, actually we are going to do much more than that. First of all, you can see that we can no longer see our backs when we move up and down, and we actually just removed our main camera from the player and we added a head, and now our main camera follows our head as we move through our world. This makes our camera much smoother and much better looking. So let's not waste any more time and let's get started. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we actually want to stop our camera from rotating behind our back up and down, and for that we are going to be using something called a mathf.clamp. So let me explain what that is. So what is mathf.clamp? First of all, it keeps the value between a certain minimum and a certain maximum. So it fixes a value from over or under shooting. So we can determine which value we want to change. We then determine the minimum and the maximum, and that way this value will not over or undershoot while over and under the maximum and minimum. This is the way we write it. So first of all, we have clamp. We give it the value which we want to be changing. We give it the minimum and the maximum. We then have it return a float of the value clamped between the minimum and maximum. So let's go ahead and do that. First thing first, we have our camera vertical rotation. So we are going to get this camera vertical rotation before applying it to our camera head, and we are going to use mathf.clamp. And the reason why we're using mathf.clamp is because clamp is a formula of the mathf library, which gives us the ability to access various formulas like clamp and square root, and maybe we'll see later on what else. So what is the value? It's the camera vertical rotation. What is the minimum? We're going to set it to minus 90f, and the maximum is going to be 90f. So let's save that. And now if we go back to Unity, when we move up and down, we should see that we cannot move higher than a certain value. Let me show you in main camera. So currently we are at 8, and if we go down, we can see that we can maximum go to 90, and looking up we can also only go to minus 90. Great, so now we have clamped our vision. But as you can see, when we move, we have some kind of weird jittering in our camera. I'm not sure if you can notice it, but there is a bit of jittering. And the reason for that jittering is because the camera is trying to keep up with our player as he's moving. And that's not what we want. We want to actually have the camera move after the player finishes moving. And for that, we are going to, instead of actually childing the camera to the player, we are going to create an object that is a child of the player that's called head, and then we are going to make our camera follow that object around, and well, actually not follow, move to the position and rotate with that object. So first thing first, we are going to create an empty game object and under our camera, and we are going to call this game object our head. And why are we doing this? It's because we want to have our head in the exact position that our main camera has. So we are going to remove the head from the child of the camera, put it just as a child of our player, and then we are going to move our camera out of the child. So now, instead of the player having the main camera as the my camera head, it's going to have the head as the, well, my camera head. Next thing we want to do is we want to actually create a script that will allow the main camera to follow this game object. So in the scripts folder in assets, let's right click and go ahead and create a C# script, and we are going to call this the camera move. So now we have a script called camera move. Let's wait for it to compile. There we go. So we'll move the camera move to the main camera, and we'll have it in here. And let's go ahead and open it up in Unity. Now, what are we going to do here? First of all, because we are going to be following or moving to the camera head, we actually need a reference to it. So we're going to create a public transform my player head. Great, so now we have a reference to the thing that we are going to move to. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to move there, and we're going to move there every single frame. And you would say that let's go ahead and use update, but in this case update is not good enough. Why? Well, because there will be some sort of a battle between who goes first. Is it the player that goes first, or is it the camera that goes first, or should the camera go after or before or during? So there will be a conflict. So what we are going to do is we're going to remove update, and we're going to use something called the late update. So late update is just like update. It's called every frame, but the difference is that the late update is called, well, later. Late update. It's called after all the other updates have been called. So what happens here is that when our player finishes his movement, the camera will move to the position of the head on the player, and this will remove all the jittering. So what should we be doing inside of late update? We'll want to move to the position of our player head, and we'll want to rotate with our player head, and that's actually part of your challenge. So your challenge is going to be to move and rotate camera with head. So first of all, in late update, move the camera position to the player head position, then rotate the camera rotation with the player head rotation. And I'm going to give you a small hint. So you'll need to use transform.position and transform.rotation in order to do that. So pause the video right now, take your time, don't be afraid, do your best, and I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, welcome back. So what should we be doing here? We are going to access the transform.position, and because the camera move script is on the camera, that means when we write transform, we are referencing the camera. So camera.position is equal to my player head dot position, and the transform.rotation is equal to my player head dot rotation. Let's save that. And now back in Unity. So now we can actually move our camera anywhere we want. So we can put it up here, save that, and when we hit play, we can see that the camera moves to the position of our head, and it actually moves now with us. So now we move around, and the jittering is much less evident, and we can still look up, we can still look down, we can look around, and we can move around. Okay, very nice. Now, what else should we be doing? Well, you can see that we have this mouse right here, and it's very annoying to have it move around. We want to actually be locking it whenever we enter the game mode. So let's go ahead and do that. Back in our script right here, let's go ahead and get the cursor, and we are going to access the lock state of this cursor, and we're actually going to access the cursor's lock mode, and we are going to make it locked. Let's save that, and that's all that we need. We get the cursor, we access its lock state, we go to the cursor lock mode, and we make it locked. So back in our game, when we hit play, we should see our cursor disappear when we hit the screen. So now we can freely move around without our cursor bothering us at all. Great. So we have first person moving, we have, or I mean first person movement, we have first person camera movement. The only thing that we need to add in order to finish this is adding a bit of shooting, and that's what we're going to do in the next section. So I'll see you there. Oh, and before we go, we of course need to stage all of our files. So stage all. Let's go ahead and call this commit applying first person camera to my player. And let's hit commit. We now have everything in our project. Look at it, it's starting to come to life. I'll see you in the next video.